Hello everyone, and welcome back to my survival let's play. Now, if you're me or someone in my audience who is a big fan of the survival let's play, we've been kind of missing it for about a week. The last episode wasn't really much of an episode at all, and the one before that, well, the footage got corrupted and we couldn't really tell what was going on. But the TLDR is I've put my villagers in a little pen inside my house, and I have a happy gas that I love riding on because it is just so fun. And we are going to put our buddy right next to our base. We're going to put our buddy here for now. And we are going to have a look at these villagers right here. Hello, we got Mr. Mending for 10, and we got Mr. Sticks. And we can obviously hop on this carpet for easy getting to them. For this episode, I don't really have much in mind, to be honest with you guys. I never really fully planned these things out. But it is fun to explore what the episode should be with you guys as, I go along and figure out what exactly I'm trying to do while not being exactly sure of what I'm doing at the exact same time, you know? And if you like that style of content, then hey, please be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. As always, it's very much appreciated, and it shows me that you really support what I'm doing here on the channel and that you would like to see more of it. But yeah, thank you. As I was saying, I'm not too, crazy about what specific thing we need to do. I do think we should probably start cleaning up our area. Look how messy it is. Oh my goodness. I can't believe anyone would like to look at how messy this area is and be like, oh yes, this is a very, very pretty survival world. Nope. In fact, it is a very, very messy survival world. By my standards, at least. And I think it's right about time we should start tidying up. It is February the 20th for me, and it will be February the 20th for you guys when this video comes out. So, yeah, I think it's just about time to just start cleaning this mess up. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get an area fully covered with snow, but luckily enough, we didn't get an area fully covered in snow. Because if I had to clean up an entire area full of snow, I would have lost my entire freaking mind. I cannot lie to you guys. So, it's actually pretty nice that we don't have too much to worry about. Unfortunately, we're not playing on a single player, we're not playing on a multiplayer world, I mean. I don't know what what would give anyone the impression that I'm on a multiplayer world. I've stated it a bunch of times already that this is a survival single player let's play series. So I wouldn't know why anyone would think there was someone else in this world. And if there was, well, that just means my PC is haunted and I should probably call the Ghostbusters. Hopefully, my audience is old enough to actually have seen and understand what the Ghostbusters are. Unfortunately for me, I have some friends who have not seen the Ghostbusters, but at the very least, they know what the Ghostbusters are. So I'm not too worried about my own mortality at this point in time. We'll see how that changes in the coming years. Speaking of worrying about your own mortality, have you guys ever listened to music that came out before your parents were born? Because I have. and honestly, it's some of my favorite music ever. My current favorite album at the moment is Paul McCartney's Band on the Run. Well, I say Paul McCartney's, but it's Paul McCartney and Wings' his Band on the Run. I believe it was 1973. It's a 1973 album that was written and played, of course, by the band Wings and the frontman Paul McCartney. Basically, the TLDR of how that album was made is they went to record the album in, I believe, Lagos, Nigeria, and they had a lot of demos for the album, but I think Paul and Linda McCartney got assailed one night while they were walking in a sketchy part of the area, and they were threatened at knife point, and yeah, they were basically mugged, and they lost the demos, to the original demos for the album. So basically, under all the stress of a very faulty studio, like apparently the recording studio was awful. Like the quality of the studio just was like completely falling apart or something. I don't know. But basically, that album is the result of all that chaos, and I have to say, it is one of my favorite music things ever. I'd say, like it tops a good few of the Beatles albums for me, and that's really high praise because, like, if you know me, guys, if you know me, I freaking love the Beatles, man. My favorite band ever. My favorite band ever, hands down, just hands down. I freaking love the Beatles. So being able to say an album, of course, made by one of the former Beatles, yeah, it's very easy to be like, oh yes, of course, this can only be only he can really make an album as good as the Beatles, as a Beatles album, obviously. But like, I mean, you know, it's a struggle to like be in one of the greatest bands ever, and then, you know, you have to like you're expected to top that work. What like, guys, what do you do once you reach the mountain peak of your life, right? What do you do once you've seen over the summit? What do you do when you're literally on top of the world and you have nothing left to prove? And for Paul McCartney, at the very least, I think he was like, all right, let's get back to work. And that's something I truly admire, and something I only wish to have even like a fraction of the energy to like try myself. And I think that's kind of what I want to make my next little video project on this channel. If you've seen like some of my other videos on this channel, I don't just make Minecraft content. I do experiment sometimes. And just this past year, 2025, I made two very unique video projects, in my opinion. Well, I wouldn't say unique, but very meaningful to me as a creator, as a creative person. I made my vlog. I finally finished editing my vlog, my Philippines vlog, on my a vlog about my 2023 to 2024 trip to the Philippines, and that is still one of the most meaningful videos that I've created for myself. and the other is my hitting 21 video, which I believe is at the moment it's truly my how do you put this? At the moment it's my magnum opus. I don't think it will go down as my most important work. Because that's what that means, you know. An opus means work, so magnum opus means like greatest work, you know. So at the moment it's currently my most important work personally, but you know, as time change, as people change, I think that will evolve. But to me, at the very least, that's the one video I hold in some of the highest regard. It's not perfect. It's not like absolute cinema. It's not something I'd necessarily like screen in theaters and have it be critiqued by like some film critics or something. It's just, I find that it's just personally important to me. It's a sort of, how do I describe it? It's kind of like a benchmark to see, to like, you guys ever do see those videos where you take a selfie, where they take a selfie of themselves every day, and then it gets to like, I took a selfie for 5 years, and then here's the montage of that, right? And then you see how that person grows and changes and evolves over time. Well, I like to think of that video as just one selfie, you know. It's one selfie in the thousands that I'll probably take over the course of my life. But I think that video is like so significant purely because of how much I talk through it, you know. My Philippines vlog, I didn't talk much in that. I didn't like share any deep personal insights. It's just let's see, it's just a newly 19-year-old just having the thrill of his life, revisiting his homeland, reconnecting with his family. That's meaningful in and of itself. But I think my hitting 21 video, you know, I think that's far more important from a personal retrospective point of view. And if you've seen that video, you'll completely understand why I say that. But for me at least, I don't want to think of that as, I don't want that to be my only great work in this life, you know? I know that there is more waiting for me as I get older. And I obviously, I really can't wait to get to those points. But what I think I've learned through that video is that it's the process, it's the waiting you have to go through in order to truly see and achieve that growth that you want to, like, you have to go the long way around, basically. To my Doctor Who fans out there, hope you understood what I mean by that. To the rest of you, going the long way around, obviously, it means you have to take the time, you have to make the effort to you have to have the patience, basically, to just wait and let things figure themselves out, because you can very, very easily figure yourself out. Just give yourself like a few minutes each day and just think quietly. Now, this is going to sound like meditation, and basically this is what meditation is, but having, you know, that deep introspection, I mean, that's very important to have, you know, that it's very important to know oneself in order to live accordingly to the way one wants to live their life. And you know, I obviously am still figuring that out for myself. I still juggle so much stuff that I really don't need to. I don't need to enforce this 3 video upload schedule on myself. Honestly, I could probably do with one video a week upload schedule, or a 2 video a week upload schedule. I can probably do that. And honestly, if I really wanted to push myself, I really could have just stuck with the 4 video upload schedule, but I didn't. I recognize that I need I need some buffer. I need some boundaries for myself, and you know, being able to figure that stuff out for yourself, that's the fun thing in life. You never figure it out immediately. You have to take the time, and you need to have the patience in order to work that stuff out. And you know, that's what I really valued with my hitting 21 video. Although it was just the span of a month, I recognized as I kept recording, just because I'm recording all of these bits, it doesn't really show a day in my life. You know, it doesn't really show a month in my life, because how could you really very easily fill the gaps in between all of those cuts and those edits in the video? It's 2 hours of my month that I have put of a month in my life that I have put out there in the internet for people to see. But even then, even with 2 hours out of my life that I've allowed people to view at, these are heavily curated. These are heavily curated. Well, not heavily curated, but a curated set of 2 hours. So at some points you're seeing the weirdest side of me, and at other points you're seeing the best side of me. But I don't know if I ever really show you the worst side of me. I think, you know, like consciously, as someone who, as a video maker, as someone who creates videos, I subconsciously want to show people the best side of myself, the best view of myself, the best portrayal of myself, purely because that's what every creator should strive to do, right? Because they want their content to be engaging, to be enjoyed by the masses, to be appreciated by the masses. They want it to be respected by the masses. But you know, some people never get the opportunity to actually have people view their work, have their work be scrutinized, and then they spiral in and they find themselves to be inadequate because they don't get the views or the fame or the attention that so many others are able to get. And you know, I'm human at the end of the day. I recognize, like, even though I recognize this, even though I recognize this itch, this desire, this striving for greatness, I can't help but, you know, still be human at the end of the day and still want that. You know, I can be self-aware about it, but I can't run from it. You know, I can't run. You can't run from your own shadow. The very least you can do is just recognize that shadow exists and accept it. Because for however flawed it may be, for however messed up you may think the darkest parts of yourself are, they are still you at the end of the day, and you are still consciously being that person at the end of the day, no matter if you want to admit that or not. You, right now, as you currently watch this video, as you currently listen to me ramble on about all these larger than life things, things that people twice my age, 3 times my age have taken all their lives to understand. As you currently watch this video, you aren't just, you're not just the sum of your best and your worst moments. Yes, you are all of those people within those moments. But you're not like, you're not simply just addition, you know? You don't just one moment plus one good moment equals a neutral moment. That doesn't make a neutral person. That just makes a person, you know. You can't tally your good and your bad and balance the checkbooks. That's not how life works. That's not how people work. But what you can do, and trust me, I struggle with this. I'll continue to struggle with this because that's what being human is. What you can do right now, for me, for yourself, is just take this moment right now that you're in. Like, pause the video if you want to, stop watching me if you want to. But take this moment right now that you're in and make a small change. Not a big change. Not something that it will take a lot of effort for you to continue doing. Make a small change in your life. Look at something that you see flawed within yourself and strive to do better. Do that for yourself. Do that for the people around you. Find a reason to do it and just do it, okay? And with that, the video has come to an end. You guys have been a terrific audience. I hope I've been a decent enough creator. As always, guys, I've been Goober Jam. If you really enjoyed my rants, once again, please be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. Thank you again for watching my videos. Thank you again for supporting my content. And with that, I shall see you guys in the next episode. Take care and much love, you guys. Bye-bye.